Ice wizards, also known as thaumaturges, endure like permafrost. They have excellent defenses and specialize in withstanding attacks from enemies. Ice wizards may have weaker damage, but their high survivability makes them well equipped to venture out on their own without any assistance. What's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome to the pros and cons of the School of Ice. This is a mini-series on my channel where we take a look at the pros and cons to each Wizard101 school to help your decision of which school to quest next easier. But with all that being said, let's hop right on into the pros and cons to the School of Ice. So let's begin with the pros to the School of Ice. Number one is Ice is the most offensive school in the game. Next, Ice Wizards have insane health and resist. If done properly, the Ice School has the highest defense in the game. I've seen many Ice Wizards with high resistance to complete immunity to schools. They can take hit after hit after hit because they have ridiculously high health. Next is Ice gets their first AoE at level 26, which is Blizzard, which makes solo questing a bit easier. I will say Ice does not have the easiest time soloing in the beginning of the game, but I will get to that later on in the video. And to go off of that, if you do not want to wait till level 26 to get your first AoE, you could also get lucky and get Reindeer Knight, which is a 5-pip AoE, but the only way to get this spell is through buying packs or through spell events. Another pro is that Ice Wizards also get access to Training Tower Shield and Legion Shield for free, as they are their own school spells. Shields like these make questing by yourself and even in a group a lot easier. Next, this is a bit of a personal opinion, but Ice is the most aesthetic school in the game, as they have so many cute stitches that look very pretty with pastel color schemes. My next pro is completely off the topic of PvE, but Ice is a god at PvP right now. So if you want to max Wizard solely for PvP, I highly recommend Ice, especially if you are new. Because you have so much health, you are able to make more mistakes in matches and come back from them, which is really nice for beginners. Storm Wizards, on the other hand, just get smacked around if they make a mistake. As an Ice, your accuracy is a solid 80%, which is pretty good. And lastly, Ice boosts on fire and death enemies. Next, let's move on to the cons to the School of Ice. So as an Ice Wizard, your damage is pretty low, so it can take a lot longer for you to kill your enemies. If you want to do big damage, I do not recommend going with the Ice School. I would recommend going with a school like Fire or Storm. Next is that the Ice School is not a school that I recommend soloing on, as I feel like you will struggle a lot more than a Death or a Fire if you are just beginning. So if you are not planning on questing in a group, I would just keep that in mind. It's not impossible to solo, it's just more of a challenge, but hey, maybe you're into that. Another big con is that Ice does not get their first blade until level 38, which is absolutely insane, so you can see where the struggle will start to arise. The good thing is that you can easily get a pet from the kiosk that will give you a blade as an item card. The next con is that Ice does not get a healing spell like most other schools do, so along with your low damage, you will not be able to heal back your health as easily. I guess you could get Celestian Intervention, but bleh, I don't want to do that, and even with a lot of health, it still sucks not being able to heal back health. Another con is that Wizard101 loves to put ice enemies in every world, so you will be using Prism a bunch, so just keep that in mind when you're questing if you hate using Prisms. You will not get around using them, but you will use them more on an Ice Wizard. And lastly, fire and death enemies boost on Ice. Alrighty guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that this video made your decision of whether or not to make an Ice Wizard easier. If you did enjoy the video today, please make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button before you go, so it goes a really long way and shows me that you guys are enjoying my content. And as always, if you want to add Isabella Storm or even Isabella Ice, please make sure to join my Discord server. I will have it linked down below, as that is the easiest way to do it and for me to stay connected with you guys, and I would love to have you over there. But yeah guys, that is going to be it for me today. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!